Everything that exists in the universe is made up of three subatomic particles: electron, proton, and neutron. It all started 13.7 billion years ago when our universe began. And these three subatomic particles are made up of subparticles like quarks, leptons, pulsars, and a Higgs field. After 380,000 years from the beginning, our first atom, that is hydrogen, came into existence. Hydrogen over the time generated a lot of heat and raised the temperature. Then around 13.4 billion years ago, hydrogen through nuclear fusion converted protons into helium, and that formed our very first stars. Helium was then converted into lithium and many more elements like carbon, iron ore, etc. 1.4 billion after that, these stars exploded and became supernova, forming other elements like gold, copper, uranium. Then during this time, many stars and galaxies came into existence. And this process continued for whole 8 billion years. Then 4.6 billion years ago, our star, our sun, was born. Our sun consists of 99.9% of gas and dust, and the remaining only 0.1% form all the other planets and everything in our solar system, including Earth. Then after 1.1 billion years, that is before 4.5 billion years ago, our Earth was formed. But it was not like today's Earth at all. In fact, a day used to last only 6 hours on Earth during that time. And the planet was very hot and there was lava all over. But this lava created a magnetic field that reached out in space to protect us from the deadliest charged particles of the sun. Then over the time, lighter elements came on the surface and formed a solid earth crust, and heavier material like iron ore, etc. went to the center and formed a molten. But the game-changer event in the history of the Earth was when a huge object smashed Earth and formed Moon. But that time, Moon was rotating very close to Earth. Thus Earth became steady and the pace also slowed down, which increased the hours in a day from 6 to 24. Not only this, but because of the collision, Earth tilted on its axis, and the consequence of the tilt resulted in seasons. As before collision, it was orbiting exactly upright with respect to our orbit around the Sun, and thus there were only minor variations in temperature throughout each year. But after that tilt, Earth started to have seasons like winters, summers, etc., giving the planet the key factor to lives. Yet 4.4 billion years ago, it was too hot on Earth for liquid water to exist. But there was water vapor in the form of steam. And because of that, it starts raining on the Earth, which cooled down the temperature. And then over the period of time, Earth got covered by oceans. Then 3.8 billion years ago, below the surface, elements like hydrogen, carbon, etc. combined to form DNA. And over the time, few bacteria learned how to consume the sun's energy to live, and they generated oxygen as a waste product. Oxygen then went on to the surface of the ocean and in the air. Then few bacteria adapted further and for the first time started living on oxygen. The process continued for more than 3 billion years and formed blue ocean and sky like we see today. Then 550 million years before us, aquatic life originated at its peak for next 50 million years, and by 500 million years ago, first bony fish evolved. In fact, it was our first ancestor, in the sense that for the first time, life has a body with a spine and a mouth with jaw and teeth. Because of oxygen, plants and trees start growing on land. Around 400 million years ago, aquatic animals started coming out on the land. But before we evolved, 5 times in the last 500 million years, extinction occurred on Earth and wiped out the whole animal kingdom, including dinosaurs, which lasted for more than 1.60 million years. And after their extinction came animals with forward-facing eyes and 5 fingers to have strong grips. But 7 million years ago, majority of the animals, including apes, used to live on trees only. But due to the lack of sufficient food on trees, they start searching for it on land. Wandering from one place to another caused them to walk on 2 feet without using hands. Thus, over the time, we human beings evolved. Hence, we came a long way. So make the best use of your existence. And next time, if you think that our history is limited to our human forefathers only, then you better think again.